What's up, everybody? Toy Addict in the house. Welcome to an all-new episode of Toy Addicts Anonymous. I'm here with my buddy Carlos, the Badass Reviews.
What's up,
What's going
guys?
on there? How's everything going?
How's everything, dude? Everything good?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Just staying with the pace. All the new toy news, all the stuff. We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. And today we're joined by a very special guest, a really awesome toy photographer. That I personally met at Pyrocon a couple weekends ago, and we have Emerald Knight in the house. What's up, man?
What's up? Glad
What's
to be
up,
here.
man? How's everything?
Good. Yeah, still trying to stay cool in this 100-degree heat here in Texas. So,
Dude,
That's
it's
crazy.
like that. I mean, I don't know if it's like all across the country, but it's gotten to a point where I try to avoid going out, dude.
Yeah.
Like let's say if I gotta do errands, I'll tell my wife I'm gonna wait till the sun goes down a bit
yep.
because it's unbearably hot. Even if you're in the car with the
Mhm.
air conditioner cranking, it's hot as balls, dude. It's
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
It's terrible, dude. It's especially you that you're like really close to the keys, dude.
Yeah. So I mean the humidity, the heat, it's just nasty. I want to say um Sunday and Monday, surprisingly, were pretty nice. I said, like, oh my God, are we actually getting fall weather? Because it was actually nice. Like, I've been wanting to take the girls to the park, but like my stepdaughter, she gets allergies from severe sun exposure. So it's like we can't go out in the sun when it's like beaming hot. And then, I don't want to be out there like cooking myself like a freaking turkey. So yeah, unless I'm going to a pool or a beach, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be out there in clothing, sweating balls. That's not my thing. I don't like it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I actually have a pool here at my house, but it's like even with that, it's like I can only jump in, and it's like bath water. Right now. I mean, even right
Yeah,
now, it's like
dude.
it was like 106 the high, and right now I checked it, it's like still like 100 degrees outside, and it's like
That's
7 o'clock at
ins-
night.
Yeah.
that's
Funny thing is,
insane.
like, I don't use my pool, dude. Who's
Hey,
there?
what's going on?
Oz,
Astronomous Toys. Oh,
what's
you
up,
guys,
Oz?
we got a new follower. Welcome. Thanks for joining us, guy.
No, yeah, like even in my house, dude, I don't jump into the pool in the house. Like today I was cleaning the patio and I was like, man, I wish I jump into the pool, but dude, it was so hot. And I was
Is
like,
it
I
at the
don't know.
point where the pool water is warm because
Yeah,
of how hot it is?
it's just bath water. I mean, you get in, it feels it's a little bit refreshing, but then and the reflection from the water just starts hitting your face, and you're just like, I gotta get out. You kind of go in just for a little bit, just to kind of cool off just a little bit, but then you have to get back in. And thankfully, we have a couple. We have some shade here at my house, but in the patio, but it's not a lot. And that sun, if it hits you, man, like you said, you're just gonna be cooking like a turkey out there.
Yeah, dude.
So Stratimos Toys, he said like
He
right now
said it
it's
just
like
cooled off
cooling
here.
there. Yeah.
So
So
where are you, Astronomus? What state are you in?
yeah, what state? Because my friend Jason, he's up north in Maine, and he said like the weather is like like really really chill right now. But I mean, like a few days ago, I mean, I have a friend that was in Chicago, and he told me that Chicago was super hot, dude.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like I think the heat index is so crazy that it's just fucking up everything else.
Mhm.
The cold weather is not coming when it's supposed to. Like the sun is just beating out everything.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy.
It's
So
insane.
hey, question: who back the ghost? Nobody.
I
No.
Cricket.
no, I couldn't. No, and I'm well. As far as a Star Wars fan, I mean, I go way back, and it's always been one of my favorite things. But just thankfully, haven't gone too deep in it as far as collecting. Now, I got really into it in the '90s with the Power of the Force too.
Hey, what's going on, Carol, guys?
Hey,
Thanks for
Carol,
joining us.
How's
And
everything?
and
Astronomus says he's in Maryland, East
Oh,
Coast.
Maryland.
Maryland. Yep.
Oh, okay. No wonder. So you were telling about the ghost.
Yeah, I mean, as cool as it looks, I'm just glad it's that and Turtles, like the big franchises I was in, as a kid. for some reason, but thankfully, as now as an adult, I just haven't gotten back into them as much. I don't think I have any turtles, and as a kid, I had tons of that stuff. But yeah, I just for some reason, it just doesn't click with me now as an adult as much. But I saw, yeah, I just couldn't pull the trigger. It didn't have as, it didn't pull me in as much as like we were talking about earlier as the Cat Slayer. And
Yeah, yeah. I
That
mean,
and I think, and I've said this before, and I hate to say this, I understand when you look at it as a business aspect, right? You need to um, create longevity in an IP. So obviously, I don't think Star Wars needs that extra push, but I can see Hasbro's direction where they're trying to get the younger crowds
mhm.
into Black Series and into TVC. Um, so the whole thing with the timing, man, like the Ghost literally made its debut on Ahsoka. So the HasLab debuted before the show debuted. So it was like that's such a weird thing where they're doing a HasLab based on something that was going to be seen on a show a few weeks after. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
we've seen glimpse of it. I think the Ghost made a very rare glimpse. There was like a little Easter egg scene in Rogue One, I believe, if I'm not
Okay.
I
mistaken.
mean, if you're fans of Rebels, you know about the Ghost.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
this is
but
like
that
based on the
that's
show.
one of the things. Like I'm like me personally, right? Like I I didn't get the vintage collection Millennium Falcon, right? The one like the first one. Then they did a remake like that was in Target. I think it was like
Yeah,
Mhm.
$400 or something like that. To me, that's one of my iconic spaceships, right? And I never got it because one, it was too big, too much space, and second, I mean, I wasn't even collecting vintage collection Star Wars. Like the only vintage collection Star Wars spaceship that I have is because it's super cool and I like the design and everything. Is the one that I have there, which is the slave one
Oh yeah.
from Boba Fett. But that's the only one that I have from vintage collection because I don't collect 3 3/4 inch.
Mhm.
Maybe like, and I understand from the size and the space. I mean, of course, if you're gonna collect spaceship for Star Wars, you better collect vintage collection because, I mean, just imagine that Tie Fighter for Black Series. It was like half of my toy room.
Right.
You know, it was way too big. But the Ghost, as you said, John. I mean, it looks amazing. Like, don't make me wrong. Like, I was telling one of my friends, I was like, you know what? Back in the like at the end of the 70s, beginning of the 80s, there was like in Latin America TV series called Sanku Okai, which was like these guys from it's a Japanese stuff, and it
Mhm.
was like Star Wars mixed with Power Rangers or something like that.
Okay.
And they have this spaceship. You can look and Google it, like
Mhm.
Sankuokai, and they have this spaceship that is really similar to the Ghost. And it has these like two little starfighters that open like this and shoot and start like attacking with the star. It was a really cool design, and it's pretty similar to the Ghost. So yeah, I mean the Ghost is cool and everything, but I don't have any attachment to Rebels,
Yeah.
or Ahsoka. I mean, not really,
well, I gotta tell you, if you haven't seen Rebels, it's probably one of the best animated Star Wars series out there. It's really good. It ended really good. And speaking of Ahsoka, Ahsoka is basically season 5 of Rebels, and it's freaking awesome. I
Okay. No, yeah,
finished watching
actually I finished the last episode today of Ahsoka.
episode 4,
Yeah, yeah.
Fallen Jedi.
Yeah, it was really really cool. I
Yeah,
really like where they're going. Like to me, I have no attachment to any of those characters, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. But as a story, I like it. I mean, it's really entertaining.
Yeah, and that's the hard thing with me is I haven't seen hardly anything of Rebels or in any of the
oh,
anime stuff. Not that I'm not a fan of it. It's just it's just hard because there's this whole ecosystem now within Star Wars where they're incorporating now that the live action with the animated series. And I'm watching Ahsoka and I know, so I know who Ezra is. I know, somewhat all the characters, but I mean, never saw like the whole series from cradle to grave. So it's kind of
Yeah.
hard for somebody coming in and getting that attachment. And then you see the ghosts, like you were saying, Carlos is like, well, it's like if I was a hardcore Rebels fan, and then now watching Ahsoka, like, oh yeah, I definitely would be like probably all in on that. But it's just, I just don't have that attachment to it, and it's hard watching the show. Unlike like Obi-Wan, like I saw that, I loved it because again, I had that attachment where I saw the original trilogy, I saw
Yeah.
the prequels, and it's like this was like perfect. Like I love this. Whereas
Yeah.
Ahsoka is more like, yes, it's geared towards probably fans who watch those animated shows and Clone Wars and
Right.
Rebels. And
Exactly.
Ostradimus make a comment. What I can read it.
Yeah, he said that there was a small shot of the ghost in the Rebel fleet in Rogue One.
oh yeah,
Chopper was also in the hangar on Yavin, and they called General Syndulla on the intercom. So there was 3 big nods to Rebels in that movie.
I will be really like excited if they finally show Thrones.
Thrawn, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
he's going to come
that,
out, and that's a funny thing with Thrawn because Thrawn is in Rebels, right?
Mhm.
But before any of this, if you guys followed the comics
Or the books.
he is from Dark Empire, which is
Mhm.
really awesome storyline where there's the clone emperor and Luke. There's like that dark side Luke that he's kind of wearing like a cloak, but like kind of Vader's gloves and stuff. That's a badass story. I never read the graphic novel, but that I've known about Thrawn for a very long time. I've followed all the Star Wars animations, and everything has been amazing. But yeah, basically, I get it if you didn't follow the cartoons and stuff like that. I think Ahsoka still has a lot of potential to be an awesome show.
Yeah, definitely.
But as far as backing such a big project, again, Cat Slayer, that's all me, day one. But the thing is, I love Star Wars. If they would have done something from Return of the Jedi, being that this was the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, total missed opportunity, Hasbro. I would have been like all over it. But I think because they had the failed HasLab last year with the Rancor, which was the Return of the Jedi character.
Which Rancor?
The giant Rancor that it was going to come with a bag of sand and all that shit.
Dude. I think they don't want even to remember that.
What's going on? Ted Darklaw. Thanks
What's
for joining us. So yeah, this is my thing with HasLab. I love it. I'm living vicariously through other Star Wars fans. Ironically, I don't know if you guys collectively are in the same boat, but what got me into toy collecting was Star Wars. Yep. Master Versal Toy Hunter. What's going on, Master Versal? Thanks for joining us. So what got me into toy collecting was Star Wars. Long story short, at one point I was embarrassed for people to know that I like toys. And I was closeted. I was still a fan of it, but I was embarrassed. And one day I walk into a Toys R Us, I see a guy in his 50s buying a shitload of toys. And I'm like, hey, your kids are lucky as hell. My dad doesn't buy shit for me. And he's like, oh, these are for me. I'm a collector. And I was like, what the fuck is you're a collector? What do you mean? Yeah, I collect toys. I buy toys. And that's my thing. I'm like, oh, okay. So that kind of made it all acceptable. And that kind of opened up Pandora's box. But that being said, I remember going to the Midnight Madnesses, hitting up Toys R Us, Target. I would go on a run with my buddy Armando. We would literally set out like at 6 p.m. and we'd be out till like the next morning to see what the stores got at 8 a.m., doing toy runs, that kind of shit. And now all that's kind of faded away because just Hasbro's not bringing out the product that I want anymore. They're just focusing on all these new shows. they're focusing on all these ancillary robots and droids and stuff that I don't really, gravitate towards as much. So I don't want a figure of every single thing that comes out on Disney Plus. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But I get it. Other people do. So it's different in that sense. But you know, like I said, if they would have done something Return of the Jedi, like that Rancor, I was ready to back that shit. I really was.
Mm.
And then, they failed with the campaign miserably by not offering an Ula or a Rancor keeper. I mean, how the fuck are you gonna make a Rancor and not have his keeper, like his babysitter, dude? Like,
That's the thing. That's the thing. Sometimes they make these decisions that I really don't understand. Like, especially with stretch goals, right? Like, I will say, if you want like a project to be successful in that manner, you better put a really strong first tier to unlock.
Yeah.
Like you need to start with that big hit, and then if in the middle you can mix something, kind of like whatever, and the last one you need to do something big too, in order to hype people at the end of the campaign. But I mean, bad decisions, dude. Like, I'm not like a toy expert or anything like that, but I'm a collector.
Yeah.
Like, I know what I like, I know what my body's like, I know what my friends like. And as a collector, as a toy collector, that's one of the things that I know as a consumer. Like, and they should know. I mean, but apparently, I don't know.
Payne's toy samples. What's going on, Payne?
Aaron,
Thanks for
What's
joining
up?
us.
So yeah, and talking about stuff like that, dude, Meta Travelers already started
80% funded.
60%.
that's awesome.
60%.
Is it 60? Oh, I thought it was 80, dude.
No,
I'm sure they'll
they
get there soon.
I think they already passed the 60%. They're like 60, 61, something like that. But that's big, dude.
Oh, I know what it is. They've pledged 80,000. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So out of 125K, they've got 80,838.
60%, dude. 60%. So, and it's like, I think 39 days left. That's a lot.
Yeah. They just started and they came out the gate rocking and rolling. They got some awesome stuff. I'm surprised. And I was definitely going to talk about Meta Travelers a little bit later, but I was surprised with all the offerings, everything that the figures come with. For $39, that's a great investment and a great buy.
That price point, especially because they're coming with soft goods, and I mean the articulation, they're modular. I mean, it's a really good offering, like all the accessories and stuff, because they come with different hands and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alternate hands, accessories, the whole nine. Like my favorite guy, that ice dude, the Meld Master, he brings a lot of stuff, man. He brings
That's the one with the backpack.
Yeah, the Meld Master. That he looks like he's made of ice.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that is like the Master Traveler, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That guy is sick.
I'm sad that they put as a stretch goal my favorite one.
Oh, the one with a weird nose mask.
Oh,
I'm glad they put it
That's
as
a stretch goal, and I think he's one of the last stretch goals. So yeah, I mean, I'm crossing my fingers.
I think that's a very niche kind of look for a character. Just not a fan of that. When I look at that, I think of like a Clockwork Orange. That fucking like dick nose mask.
Your favorite is the middle one, right? Your favorite is the middle one.
Yeah, I don't know, Carlos. Something you're not telling us there, buddy.
What did you say?
I like the comparison chart. Yeah, it kind of gives you a for scale.
That's the scale, yeah.
Yeah, these are really cool. Like when you see them in comparison and scale, they're a little bit bigger than Mythic Legions, about the same size as Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. Super. I mean, like what Carlos said at the beginning, it's like they have so many awesome, vibrant, contrasting color mixes that really like catch your eye, you know. And looking at all these potentials for like mix and matching and customizing the characters, it's really awesome. I also
Yeah,
love the translucency of some of the bodies.
Hmm.
Like
that
this
one.
guy, the Meld
Yeah, the Melt
Master,
Master.
and then the red dude. Look at all the
Wow,
stuff it
that's
brings,
a
man.
bunch of accessories, dude.
Look at that. There's 4 pairs of hands, the weapon, the backpack, removable goggles, and I don't know if that's yeah. Oh no, okay, that's the regular head, and then the goggles are removable. Got it. Yeah, man, that's an awesome figure. Like that one, I'm getting for sure. This one's another really cool one,
Oh,
which we
yeah,
talked to the folks from Meta Travelers, and it would have been awesome if they made him translucent, like the red, so it would
hmm
have looked like lava, you know.
They have an army builder on that type of guy, which is the
Yeah,
ones that are like an infected guys. This one is an army builder too. That's that one. It's like
the
a
Void
group of
Walker,
assassins.
the Void Walker, you mean?
Yes, he's
Really?
an army builder.
Oh wow, I thought he was like a main villain or something.
No, it's gonna
Yeah, I
be
figured that too.
it's gonna be a clan of assassins.
Oh,
Hmm.
pretty badass. Okay,
Yes,
and then
this one
this
is
is like
one of
that Boba Fett looking
Yeah.
kind of
that's one of the
inspired.
good guys. He's like I think avenging his family or something like that. So
That's cool.
far,
He brings that spike. It's cool because the spike on the tips, it looks like they're heated.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. Um, I guess they all bring 4 pairs of hands,
yeah, it looks like
and then I guess that's a shield, or is that a backpack?
that's a shield.
It's a shield.
Yeah, that's a shield.
Okay, and then
And then
this
that
guy's
one is
dope.
freaking badass, dude.
Yeah.
It's like
That
Vader.
one is like a Sith Lord.
Is
Yeah.
this the one that they told us that they hadn't even revealed the face yet?
Yeah, that's the guy. Okay, so that's the guy that was friend with the colorful one, the really color Jack or something like that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's. I think he's still locked, right?
Yes, this one right here is the Kickstarter exclusive, the one on the top, the one that you just passed,
The
the black one,
gatekeeper.
the gatekeeper. Yes, that's I like his mask, dude.
It looks
It's
like
like a
something from Tron. That's kind of the
Yeah.
vibe I get. Like
yeah.
that
Look at
Tron,
the accessories.
and he brings a lot of shit.
Yeah, that's the exclusive of the Kickstarter.
I
And
like
then you have the army builder, which is this one.
this Crimson Enforcer, but you're saying he's translucent, like his body?
I have no idea because that one you may need to get they have like this weapons pack.
The head pack, yeah. That looks
So
badass. It looks
Yeah.
like the red is almost like glowing.
Mhm.
that's my
Like if it's
favorite color.
iridescent.
That combination black and red. That's my favorite combination of colors, dude. I love that character. It looks really cool.
Yeah, he looks pretty badass.
So
Um,
and then
Crimson
after that you
Enforcer.
have the weapons, the add-ons right there.
Nice.
$15. That's not
Not
bad.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
I
cool
love the
weapons,
sights,
man.
dude. And
They're really
then you have this one,
Glow
which
pack,
is really cool also. And then you have the heads.
head
This
pack.
one I think glows in the dark,
And they look translucent too.
Yeah.
and they glow in the dark.
Let me see. It says glow pack heads, ethereal blue luminescence legend. Heads.
Glow in the dark, translucent. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
look at
these
the
are
red.
glowing in the dark, but I don't think they're translucent. No,
Look
these
at
don't glow in the dark.
look at the one that is like a zombie.
Yeah. Yeah. The one
Yeah,
on the
that's
far
cool.
right. That looks awesome.
That's pretty dope.
And that's his
Yeah.
stand.
Stan. Here's
And
quick
that-
check.
That's the guy. That's the guy that is enemy with the one with the cape.
Got it.
He's I think the tiers are like 2 figures in each tier, if I'm not wrong. And then the last one is the big guy with the wings.
Right. The guard.
Yes.
This guy, he gives me like total 90s vibes.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, totally. The colors and everything.
Almost like Guyver, almost.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is a cool
He's
character.
the
Quick check.
first tier with this guy which I think this
Prime.
guy is an army builder also,
Yeah,
if I'm not wrong.
yeah. The army builders. So the
Yeah.
army builders, I guess those are like removable
Yes.
gauntlets and removable harnesses and stuff.
Yeah, you can switch parts. Those are removable.
I would like to see the naked body without the armor to
Come
see
on,
how
dude.
it looks.
Come on, dude.
The torso, brother. The torso.
Okay.
The Pale King. This one is badass.
Mhm.
Okay, so wait a second. He's not from the first tier, correct? He's second.
He's a second
Yeah,
stretch
second.
goal.
Okay. Wow.
Look, he has the zombified face too.
I like that stuff, dude.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the stuff is sick. And I think that's
like it.
translucent.
And that and you know, like that his hoodie, like it looks really damn good, dude. That soft good and everything.
Yeah,
Jeez. They killed it with that character, dude.
yeah, it's sick.
Yeah. I hope they unlock everything, dude. And then you have this
Nexus.
guy,
He's like Quick Jack, but he's more
pretty
80s.
similar. Pretty similar.
He's got more like Hot Rod kind of.
Yeah.
weapon.
But different weapons and different mask.
Yeah. And let's see. Nexus.
And then that's
Here's
my
your boy. It goes.
Dude, it's mysterious.
Yeah, he's mysterious
You're a
already.
hater. You're a hater. Okay, scroll up. I want to see the accessories on that one.
Oh, he has very similar accessories to the Pale King.
Mhm.
He has the staff,
But what's the
but
head?
instead of
The unmasked head. What it is?
I don't know, it's like some sort of insect looking thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the actual
Not the
head or
one
is it
in the
a
middle.
mask?
I'm saying the one far right.
Oh, this one.
Yes.
I guess that's his real face, and this is just a mask. That's his S&M mask, and this is like
That's the mask you hate.
this to bring on the gimp mask with the translucent hands. I like the translucent hands. I like this head.
The transition
I
is
like the
really good.
hood.
The transition on that figure is really good with the arms. Like how see
Yeah.
the transition?
I'll probably display this guy with this head and this hood. Because I like the translucent hands. I like how you go from white and then it's like cracking off, revealing the translucent blue.
And you know what's cool? I noticed the soft goods are kind of like dirty.
Mm.
Yeah.
It could be lighting, but or the material too, It could be kind of like a suede type of
Yeah.
material.
Yeah. He's what stretch goal? The third
There you
one,
go.
right?
There's your favorite mask. There's that
It looks awesome, dude.
penis insect.
You're just a hater.
See, here he looks dope. I
Yeah.
don't know why from that angle he just looks weird. I don't know. But Epsilon, this guy hasn't been revealed yet.
So
To me, this looks like it's some sort of cyborg.
Yeah.
It looks like he has skinnier arms and skinnier legs.
that one looks cool. And
This-
this guy.
This is going to be like some deluxe beast type of thing. Because he looks really big. Obsidious.
That's the one.
Oof.
Eternal Guard.
Jesus.
This guy's dope.
Look at the weapons.
Yeah. Now, all these guys are super dope, man. They're super cool. The guys that are doing this are really awesome folks. They got some really cool ideas. And then they got the stretch goals to do the 3D character view, the holograms, the augmented reality. There's a lot of cool stuff that this campaign is offering that other Kickstarters are not. So it's kind of like pushing the boundaries of what an action figure campaign could do.
Yeah.
yeah.
The actual articulation design is by the Four Horsemen.
Yep. I wonder what this is.
and I. Oh wow!
Oh, is that a comic? Oh,
Yeah, that's a comic.
Pretty sick.
nice.
Yeah, I went all in on those. I got the one that it was like 15 figures or something like that with all the extra stuff.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So let's see, because I'm waiting. What I want is for them to unlock everything, of course.
Yeah.
Because if you don't unlock everything, it's gonna be around 7 figures. And then what I may do is, like, because they give you the chance to choose, so I will choose maybe like the army builders to double the figures that I didn't get on the stretch goals.
Yeah. No, for me, I'm gonna cherry pick. Um, Definitely gotta go. I'm probably gonna get the three. Like I'll get my like three favorites, and I might get like an accessory pack, or I definitely want to get the translucent head pack.
Yeah.
To
That
mess
one
around
is
with
cool.
Metal
And it's
Master.
$15, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's a good price. So
Well,
definitely
dude,
gonna
custom head costs like $25.
yeah, yeah.
That's crazy. John, are you planning to get any?
I was looking at the Kickstarter earlier today, and I was like, I'm maybe looking at the 3-pack, and then looking at maybe some of the accessory packs too. Maybe I was looking when you said the all in, I was like, whoa! I was like, yeah, you
Carlos
did
is
go
go
all in.
big or go home, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, I really like the designs and everything. I really like the story. I already checked all the episodes they have on YouTube, dude.
Sweet.
Yeah,
wow.
it's like 30 episodes of the comic.
That's awesome. But they're gonna. It looks like they're gonna like send the comic out
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
when
It
we get
looks
the
like.
figures, right?
Yeah, it looks like. So yeah, they're going like hard. I mean, I'm hoping the best for those guys because they're really great guys,
Yeah, super cool guys.
really really cool guys. So I mean, what you got this week, dude? Nothing aside from Battle Cat.
Well, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I got him finally.
Aside from this
The,
beast,
the Battle Cat I got like a month ago.
the battle cat you got when we arrived in Ohio. Dude, that thing is amazing.
Yeah.
And well, I still haven't opened this, but this is so sick, man. I gotta the folks at Diamond sent this out. I gotta do a review on it. It's so cool because and we're talking about translucent stuff. Like I love when they do stuff like this, when they do characters that are all transparent, especially Iceman. I remember in the 90s, Toy Biz did an Iceman that was the one that come with the little sled.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I was so into that figure back then. I guess always because of the translucency, the ice, and I love the fact that they gave him the Bobby Drake hair sculpt and then the bald Iceman sculpt. And he brings so many accessories, dude. He brings a hand that's like shooting blades of ice, and this one's doing like a blast of ice. It's just like the folks at Diamond are doing some kick-ass shit. I think
He looks really, he reminds me the Silver Surfer from Claudio Castellini, dude.
Mm.
That's John, that's a joke. Can you tell him the story?
here's Claudio, bro.
Oh wow.
Can you tell him the story, dude? Please.
So
This is so funny.
Carlos and I are flying back from Ohio back to Fort Lauderdale Airport, and Carlos just starts telling me how he's such a big fan of this guy Claudio Castellini, and he keeps talking about him and bringing him up, and I'm like, dude, I've never heard of the fucking guy. The name resonates so much, and then Carlos is like, oh, you're gonna remember his name. I'm gonna fucking tell you his name every 5 minutes, and and then we just made a thing out of it where we just randomly say, hey, you hey, the plane, oh, because there's turbulence, right? So there's a lot of turbulence, and this fucker, he doesn't like the takeoff. When the plane takes off, he gets
Oh,
scared. For me, I don't like the heavy turbulence.
yeah,
So
that's me.
when there was turbulence, Carlos is like, "Is this the part you don't like?" And I'm like, "Shut up, fucker." And then when we got one of those turbulence hits, he's like, "Dude, I know why there's so much turbulence, bro. Because Claudio is the co-pilot, bro. Aviation school. So we just carried that shit on, and it's like every once in a while we'll throw that Claudio out, and it's like this inside joke, and it's just become really funny. And he even sent me pictures of the guy and how he looks and stuff, and like, and I'm like, okay, now I'll never forget who this fucking Claudio guy is. I've never heard of him before though, you know.
Dude, he was one of the main artists in DC versus Marvel.
Yeah, it's I mean, I'm not a big fan of the style. I looked at his stuff. It's
Mm.
okay, but Carlos thinks it's the best thing since
Oh, okay.
Frappuccinos. Yeah.
So
So
Dan Jurgens.
another thing that I got, which this one was funny because I almost thought I fucked up. Um, when I was in Orlando a few weeks back before PowerCon, I was in Kissimmee actually. I went into the local Target there one morning, and they were stocked. They had just gotten the Avengers Earth Mightiest wave, so they had the Thor with the destroyer. They had Hawkeye, and they had one of these on the peg. And
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
I
nice.
was telling myself at that time, I'm not gonna buy toys. 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 And I had her on
Right.
pre-order through Target. So, dude, I passed her up, and then I start seeing back order status, and like I got to a point where, oh man, fucking Target is gonna cancel my order, and I'm gonna miss out on this Black Widow. And the thing is, man, I haven't opened her yet, but look at all the stuff she brings. This is like the definitive Black Widow.
Yeah, she looks
Yeah.
She
really
brings 3 head sculpts. She brings, I believe it's 4 pairs of hands. No, 3 pairs of hands. She has effects for both the pistols. She has smoke effects for the pistols, blast effects for the pistols, and even smoke effects for her gauntlets. Man, like they went heavy on the accessories on her. So this is a figure I don't mind paying $28 for. You know what I mean? But $25 for this with 2 guns is unacceptable. And that's
Yeah.
what's happening right now with most Marvel Legends. You know what
Oh,
I mean?
yeah, totally.
Mhm.
Totally.
Yeah.
So what do you got? You got any new stuff, Emerald?
Just the start off with the
Oh, is
Nice.
that the one that comes with Batmobile?
yeah, if I can grab it. Oh,
I have the box there. I didn't open mine yet. Wow. What a difference, right?
yeah,
Mhm.
definitely a difference.
It looks like a Jack specific type quality. Are you happy with it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I still have the I bought the I got the one from the Flash movie, and just the sheen on it, the shininess, and that
Mhm.
canopy. I was just, oh my gosh.
So you like the dull, like
Yeah.
the more matte finish?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
I have both.
And does he fit?
Yeah.
Does he fit really well inside the cockpit?
Yeah. And what I love about this one is, 'cause I do also have the Mezco 89 Batman,
Mhm.
but I'm
That's
just,
the one who fits better there.
and it does, but it just, I'm just deathly afraid of just like messing with them too much. And
Astronomer. We're never gonna forget Claudio.
We need to talk to Claudio, dude.
and
Yeah.
I'm just so worried about something's gonna happen, so I just keep them in a museum pose a lot of times. But this one, I feel like this is like the most, like, as close as you can get for a retail price figure as far as Michael Keaton Batman.
So do you try to sit him like the Batman, the Mezco one?
I've tried. I was able to get one of his legs to kind of like rotate and actually turn and kind of get like.
Okay, because I'm gonna explain you how the articulation works.
I've
Okay,
seen the skeleton, but it's just yeah. I mean, by all
it's
means.
you need to split the legs first,
Okay.
and then go inwards. That's how you sit the guy.
Because it's like on a pivot, or there's like on a joint, right? Yeah.
It's a weird joint because the actual opening of the joints of the hip joints are sideways. So that's why you need to open the legs all the way, like you're doing the Van Damme pose.
Yeah.
and then go in. That's
Okay.
the only way you can achieve the sitting pose on that guy.
Got it. Yeah.
So you're not gonna break the anything if you go like that. That's the way to go.
It's I've seen so many people post about that though, as far as like doing kind of trying to get some good poses in, and then all of a sudden they just like the silicone just starts to rip. It just starts to deteriorate.
And people breaking the figures, the articulation,
Yep.
and everything. That figure was a mess, dude. It's beautiful.
It
but
is, yeah.
It's horrible at the same time. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not really like
into that.
I love, I get it. That Batman '89 is significantly amazing. It's a very iconic film and everything, but I've never really been a big fan of like the toys. Like I did get them back then when the movie came out, but as far as getting stuff, I think it's because that cowl, the way they did the cowl, it restricted Michael Keaton's range of movement so much.
Yeah.
He looked so weird when he was fighting, like he could barely move. It was like if he had a neck brace. And so I think as a figure, it's like I wouldn't have too many expectations other than putting him in a vanilla pose because the way that cowl is built around his neck. You know what I mean?
One thing, the McFarlane one, he did totally the opposite. He give like a lot of articulation on that neck, right?
Yep.
That's why people were complaining about it. Like, oh, they should make him, like static, whatever, but Todd did the opposite and he put so like articulation there. So it looks, the neck looks skinny for some people,
We got Eternian Ellipse. Hello, everyone.
Hey, Drew.
Yeah. But it looks amazing, dude. I really like that figure, dude.
Yeah. I mean, as a good something I can use for my photography and just like get him in, posing and not worry that he's gonna break. I mean, yeah, this for me, this really,
Dude, I have this guy, and this guy is beautiful.
Oh yeah, I have him as well. I think as far as like a classic comics version, that right there, I mean,
this is the one. This is the one. But yeah, I went to Universal this weekend actually. And I didn't have any expectations, and I was like, okay, let me go to Target and see what's going on. And boom, dude, I got Chun-Li. This dude, it's almost impossible to find in stores.
Which one is that one? Which who made that one? Is that the
Jada, right?
Jada. Okay.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny, Carlos? Now that Jada has stepped into the arena with Street Fighter. Did you see SH Figure Arts is bringing back Street Fighter?
I posted on my Instagram, dude. Now SH Figure Arts came with the figures. It's
with Ryu.
To me, it's late.
Yeah.
To me,
it's late to the game.
Dude, I mean, this is a $24 figure, dude. And it comes with accessories, a different type of head. And the articulation on this one is better than the SH Figure Arts. Wow. So, yeah, I'm not going to pay $100 for a figure that is...
I haven't seen any of the figures. I haven't seen any of them in stores at all.
No. Which one? They're
any
almost impossible. But they told me that Jada Toys is kind of like, I didn't know this, but they're kind of like a small company, dude. And they were explaining me, I mean, like the shelf space, they don't have that much present because they need to pay a lot for that shelf space. So that's why their distribution is so bad with action figures. That's why you mainly need to go through BBTS or their website or whatever.
They're probably more like They're like in that section where the pops are and the NECA stuff is, maybe.
Yes,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
they're
what I've
okay.
like
seen them at.
I found the figures. I found actually Fei Long and Chun Li. I found and Target. The Ryu I went through BBTS.
BBTS.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
I
but
got
they're hard to find.
yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I haven't seen one in stores. The ones that I'm excited about are the Mega Man. I really
Oh
want
my
to,
god!
Oh yeah,
I
because the
pre-order
thing
all
is,
of them.
everybody's done Mega Man, but nobody's ever done the villains. So
yeah.
this time around, we're getting Woodman, all of them, like all of the enemies, all the bosses from the
That's Mega
original.
Man 1, right?
Yeah, the first Mega Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And also the Mega Man, he looks exactly like the game. Like I've seen these companies, like overseas companies making Mega Man, but they kind of like stylize him too much. So this is the first time I've seen a real Mega Man that looks like the actual video game. Hello everyone who is Eternian Eclipse. Hello everyone there. Emerald, good to see you, my friend.
we have like a whole
So
posse here. They're like talking amongst themselves and stuff. That's cool. It's like a lot
yeah,
of new people.
and also I got this guy. He came to the mail today. I
How's the
pre-ordered.
skin tone on that?
Huh?
The skin tone.
I don't like it.
Yeah,
What
that's
is that
what.
supposed to be, like Hush Batman or Hush
Yeah,
Superman?
This is Hush
hush.
Superman.
Yeah,
So I guess because I mean I saw the cartoon, and the cartoon Superman looks kind of like pale a little
yeah.
bit. But dude, I'm waiting for Todd to make like a actual plain classic good Superman, because the first one he did was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
It was horrible. These ones still have the infected Superman body,
Yeah.
which I'm not like a huge fan, because I like the upper body, but the legs are too skinny. But this is so far the best Superman he made already.
I ordered the so I did pre-order that one on Amazon, but it keeps getting delayed, which I'm not too worried about, because I did
Which
order
one? This one?
that one, yeah.
Okay.
But I did order the 2-pack though, and that one seems like that one may be the one that I forgot who he comes with, but
Yeah, let me show you.
that one really seems like that's gonna be my comic version of Superman.
Which one? This one? The one with Doomsday?
No, it's a different. It's one that still hasn't been. It comes out I think later this month or.
Oh, you say the one that comes with man, wait a second.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
I can't say much about McFarlane figures, but this was my
Oh,
first.
Oh, that's a beast.
That's
guy
nuts. I saw that at Target. I was like, I should have picked
When
him
I
up.
saw this, and it was funny because it was right around the time, right before PowerCon, and they had just
Yeah, you took it
announced
to
the Dark
PowerCon.
Wolf. They had just announced the Dark Wolf figure from the Sarah Frazetta girls, and this looks so much like Dark Wolf, bro.
Yeah.
But the articulation, the look, like the design, everything. This figure is badass, and it's my first ever DC McFarlane action figure purchase. So I don't know if I'm going to go down that rabbit hole. So far, nothing else has made me pull the trigger. I saw the Doomsday Carlos at Target the other day, and I wasn't impressed. I liked the sculpt, but I think the way they painted it, it was kind of blah.
Yeah, you want to make him perfect, you need to do like a black wash on the figure.
Yeah,
like to be honest with you. But
you
so
gotta
far,
definitely retouch it.
But so far, to me, the McFarlane is doing awesome with the mega figures. Like every single mega figure he did, I pretty much have. I have the Doomsday. I have the Calibac, which is one of my favorite figures from McFarlane. I think
Eternian Ellipse
my
says it's
favorite
hard
one.
for them to get a nice Superman figure.
Yeah.
And also I got this guy, the
Is that the Monitor?
the anti-monitor.
Anti-monitor, yeah.
Yes, I got him, and it's really classic, dude. It's really cool.
Yeah,
it's really cool, and the size size. He's huge, dude. That's
The
really
Atomic Skull. That's the 2-pack. So it's Atomic Skull and Superman. That's the
Atomic
2-pack.
Skull. Which one is that one?
It's a 2-pack that they released. I think it was a few weeks ago on pre-order. But that Superman that comes with it, that looks a little bit more like
Classic.
classic. Yeah, I mean, and it's got the red underwear. It's got everything. I like the S because on the chest, because it doesn't have like the little squirt, like the little kind of funny point at the end. It's like all kind of like just smooth and together. And
Okay.
but that when I saw that, because I saw it on McFarlane's Instagram, go pre-order it. I was like, whoa, what the heck is this? And I mean, the Atomic Skull, I'm like, okay, well, he can be fodder and stuff, but I mean, it's for me, I'm getting it for that Superman, because that's
Okay,
Superman
but
right there.
are you sure it's not, because I know they did like a reuse on the classic Superman that they did first, like the 100 Superman.
1000 or
Yeah.
yeah. But and the thing is, I saw a couple of those at PowerCon, but they were like for 200 or something. Like they go for so much right now, and it's like, well,
Really?
yeah, I mean, they're pretty expensive, and I'm
And
like,
that figure is not great at all, dude. I have that figure and I saw that figure because I didn't like it.
really?
The problem is the figure, the top part, like the upper torso is amazing.
Mhm.
The only thing is like he has single joint on the elbows, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Single jointed elbows, and then the legs are way too skinny,
hmm
so it looks like he skipped leg day. Like
Yeah.
like it was. I don't like the sculpt at all. I like the head sculpt, really cool. The
Mhm.
upper torso is really amazing. To be honest with you, the sculpt, everything is really amazing, but the legs are too skinny.
Yeah, and I think that's how this 2-pack, that's how he kind of he's got his like his torso is pretty, it's kind of wide in his arms. He's a little bit more slimmer, and for me, I don't have a really problem with that, because again, I go back to Christopher Reeve being Superman, and like
Yeah,
that to me, I'm just like, I'm so kind of like, I mean, I've always kind of like appreciated more of a slimmer, not a really kind of just hulking big,
you have the
Superman.
Mesco one.
No. I've been going back and forth as far as, because I keep seeing people posting pictures, and guys in my photography group. I mean, they're big Mesco fans, and they have them, and I'm just like, man, I don't know. I keep going back and forth if I want to go pick him up. I think at this point, because he's third market, that it's going to be probably expensive for.
But the new one that comes with the thing, the Man of Steel one, the comic one,
Yeah.
that one is still like, really cheap.
It is
so far, and I think even the Christopher Reeves one is cheap also.
Mhm.
I have the two of them. I also have the NECA Christopher Reeves.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The NECA Christopher Reeves, but yeah, I mean, to me, that Superman, the one from Mesco, that's a really good Superman, dude.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, my favorite is the BMS one,
BMS.
which is it's a third party company from.
Oh, okay.
They make the Kingdom Come Superman. My favorite Superman is the Kingdom Come.
Oh, yeah.
And that figure, dude, is one of the figures that I have like top 10 figure of the year.
Let me ask you something. Has McFarlane finally removed those lines from the Superman costume? What?
No.
Why is it so difficult to do that shit?
This figure comes. He posed this like a classic Superman. He's not. He has the line from the Rebirth Superman.
What line are you talking about? Like, what's the...
So if you look at the suit, he has like these.
The suit has a little outline, like
patterns.
It's from that Superman Rebirth costume, man.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why they keep reusing that mold. Like classic Superman didn't have that design, That kind of kills it for me. I don't, for me, I only own one Superman right now, and it's the Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns Superman. I love that figure because I love the Dark Knight Returns, and again, I collect things that resonate with me. So I love those books from Frank Miller back in the day. I like the way they portrayed Superman like
I have the
Ronald Reagan on steroids and shit.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I think the Hush Superman from Mafex was probably the best iteration of Superman I used to own,
Mhm.
and the Mezco one looks fantastic. You know, did they ever do a Christopher Reeve? Did Mezco do a Christopher Reeve?
I'm not
No,
sure.
right? I know
I
Hot
want to
Toys
say
did.
so. Yeah, and that's the one I have. I have the
Metro
Hot
did
Toys version.
Christopher Reeves. I have him.
They did, right?
Yes.
Is it good? Like good quality?
Oh
Yeah,
man,
I
so
gotta say.
awesome. That is
It-
so awesome.
this thing is almost impossible to get now.
Yeah.
Really? I'm
It's
sure
like
it's gonna be
over.
reissued, bro.
It's like over.
That's why I'm holding out for that. It gets reissued.
They did a reissue on him. This is the reissue because what happened was like the first I have the first one. The first one came with a mistake, an error on the S on the back of the cape. They missed the little square, the little triangles at
Okay.
the end of the S. So they did this one, which is the reissue with a better paint apps on the face, and they fixed the problem here.
Oh,
So this figure goes for over $300, dude,
Yeah.
right now. And
yeah,
this is the one you like.
yeah. He's
That
dope.
one, yeah. I just
This is the
he's
one from Mafex.
yeah.
I like how
And
bulky
then,
he is. Like,
dude,
Yeah.
to me, this guy,
Oh, Cyborg Superman. Yeah.
this figure is
Mm.
amazing, dude. They
you know,
kill.
be
I mean,
badass.
Mafex.
Mafex they do Death of Superman, Superman, and Doomsday.
Look at this.
Yeah.
I need them now. They're making all the Death of Superman series because I have the Cyborg. I mean, the Steel Superman there, and now they're making Eradicator and Superboy. I need them to make the mullet Superman
Oh,
with the
mullet.
regular uniform.
That's your favorite soups, right? The one with the mullet.
Yeah, that one looks cool.
Because
That one looks cool.
that's the look he
That's
had
by
when
the
you
time
got into it.
that's Claudio Castellini style.
That's a Claudio Castellini. That's the one, bro. Claudio used to draw Superman.
Yeah,
That's why Carlos got into it.
dude.
Yeah.
That's by the time I was reading comics. Like
Yeah.
actually, I was reading comics by the time where the death of Superman,
Mhm.
the Age of Apocalypse, you know, Infinity Gauntlet, those stuff. That was the time I would start reading comics because I started collecting first and then reading comics, and they stopped collecting comic books and then going back and forth and this and that. Now I cherry pick.
So I
Yeah.
wanted to
That's kind of
ask
around the same time I started kind of getting really into comics. I was reading comics like in the late 80s, but in the early 90s, I think that's when I really started kind of reading and understanding them. And that was really, yeah, same thing with Death of Superman. I remember getting that whole miniseries and just being amazed by it. And then then you had Nightfall, and then you had Emerald Twilight. You had all these kind of crazy storylines where the heroes were kind of getting replaced, and they were doing like this whole kind of like change up. But it was kind of cool
yeah.
because again, I'm a big DC fan from way back with the Superpowers collection. And oh, there he is. Yep,
This is the Mezco one.
Okay.
yep.
This is the Mezco. Now, this figure, I mean, some people were complaining about the hips because if you can see the line on the
Yeah,
leg,
yeah,
like the
yeah.
line there.
Mm,
And people
yeah.
were complaining about that. But other than that, dude, I mean,
It looks great.
it looks amazing, dude. It
Mhm.
looks great. It's Christopher Reeves right there.
Yeah, and I see a lot of people doing that, and then that's why I could have swore that there was a Mezco Superman because I've seen a lot of people do the world's finest with the Mezco Keaton and the Mezco
Mhm.
Christopher Reeve, and
That's
doing
right.
that. 'Cause we never got to see that.
This is the other one.
Yep.
This is the Man
Yeah,
of Steel, the one from the comics.
that one's
Yeah, if you
badass.
want more comic accurate, that probably would. That's why, God, he looks so amazing. I mean, I keep going back and forth if I'm going to pick that one up.
And this is the BMS, the one I'm talking about.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the Claudio Castellini version.
This
yeah.
is the Claudio Castellini one.
No, Alex Ross, Claudio.
Man, this is incredible. Articulation, sculpt, everything on this figure, soft goods, everything is
Mhm.
amazing on this figure.
It's like $300.
No, not
Yeah.
really. I pay.
Really?
I think I pay like $85 for that figure.
Really?
He's probably 300 now though.
I don't know how much is right now. I don't know. I don't know how much is right now, but it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, to me, honestly, if I go to a comic accurate character, I will say Mayfix is the way to go. Like
So I
honestly,
wanted to ask you guys about this. Who's excited about this right here?
oh
Any
man,
excitement at all for
no,
this?
uh,
no.
not really. No.
I think
Listen,
it's a total miss for Hasbro. Like, and if we think about it, and let's see if I can find some better pictures. Um, they failed with the Ghost Rider card.
Yep.
So what made them think that doing a Giant Man was going to be successful? Like Galactus is a massive character that everybody would want, but
Yep.
why would someone pay the price of a Galactus for just a Giant Man? Like it's, I don't know.
I don't know what's gonna be the price point on that, but I'm gonna be honest with you. If I want, plain and simple, if I want a Giant Man or Goliath for my Marvel Legends, I will go with the Marvel Universe one. That's it. I don't need anything else. To me, like you said, it's a waste of money, time, but that's me. I mean, I'm not like a huge Giant Man or Goliath fan. I mean, to me, the powers are boring. The character is boring. I mean, I really don't feel anything excited about the figure, about the character itself. But for some people, maybe really, really cool, you know?
And the
Like,
question is, I mean, is there enough of those people out there that can back the whole, that can get it
That's the
funded?
thing. Like, I mean, it's not that exciting of a character. Like, look, I would have loved something like
Fin Fan Foom, dude.
an Avengers Queen Jet, or
Yeah.
a new Fin Fang Foom. Hey,
New
they've
Fin
done
Fan
like
Foom.
how many Galactuses have they done? And this one was amazing, and it's the best one, and everybody bought it. Why not make a Fin Fang Foom? Exactly. Also, a figure that I don't think it needs HasLab, but I would love a Dragon Man. I would love another chance at Dragon.
Dragon Man is gonna be a deluxe figure, but if you want to, like, I was expecting them to make Fin Fan Foom because they were talking about Avengers. They were talking about, and I was like, Fin Fan Foom, he's coming. Because originally, Fin Fan
we
Foom,
got another
Iron
guest.
Man enemy.
Whoa.
Whoa, look
What's up, Mega?
Yay.
What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Sorry, I sent you the link a little late. I just was kind of running behind and stuff. But
I was just kind of like, I guess we're not doing it tonight, I guess.
So we're just talking now about this supposed Giant Man HasLab. It's going to be revealed tomorrow, and we're just kind of perplexed about it. Like, how do you feel about this being the next campaign for the Marvel team?
Well, first of all, John, Carlos,
Hey.
Jorge, what's going on?
Dude?
Good to see everybody.
Up,
Long time, guys. Long time. It's been
since PowerCon. We didn't get to hang out, man. We just
I know. I was telling Carlos.
2 weeks.
I was telling Carlos we should hang out next time. John and I got to hang out a tiny bit, just a tiny
little
bit.
bit, yeah.
Yeah, but it was it was something.
We should go to Canada, dude.
Guys, honestly, okay. So first of all, before we get to that, did you guys hear about PowerCon?
What about?
Oh, they weren't that they weren't going to have it next year or something like that.
Did you guys hear about that?
What?
No. What?
Yeah, PowerCon might be delayed until 2025.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
John knows. John knows. What's it called? Val Staples, the owner,
Yeah, I know well.
the principal, right? Yeah, he went on the Lords of the Friends of Power podcast. I think it's is it help me out here, John? I can't remember what they're. I'm not trying to insult anybody, huh?
Yeah, I think it's Lords of Power. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Lords of Power.
it's the Lords of Power. Anyway, he went on their podcast and basically said, yeah, it might be delayed until 2025. So yeah, shocking, very very shocking.
Yeah.
No reason
but
given or
Did he give
anything.
a reason?
No, you know what? I think that they like. I don't know if you guys were there the year before, but
Yes, I was there.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost you on audio.
We lost you. He's saying he hates the mic.
Yeah.
The AI just.
Am I back?
muted him.
Yeah,
you're
you're back.
Yeah,
You're back.
you're
You're back.
Okay, son of
Yeah,
a-
I was there the year before. What happened?
and it wasn't as big as this. You know what
No,
I mean?
yeah,
This
totally.
place is massive, right?
Yeah.
So I think that the attendance was good, but I also think that you know there were a lot of things that they tried to expand, and you know I think that Val sort of said, okay, we gotta slow down, right? And you know that's good. They should slow down, but I hope that they don't skip a year. I hope that it's okay to go smaller. Like I've done events before in the past, and sometimes you have to go back to smaller. You know what I mean? Because again, I really appreciated what happened this year. It was nice meeting you guys. It was amazing. It was very very open, but at the same time, it felt a little in a lot of ways it felt a little too open. You know what I mean? There was a lot of open areas, which is good. That's actually really really good. I don't like. Not that I don't like it, but you know, having a Comic-Con feel, it's really tight. You know what I mean? Like if you've ever been to San Diego Comic-Con, it's like sardines, right? I don't want it to be that small, but I wouldn't mind a decent size, maybe half the hallway. You know what I mean? Like what's wise? I think that would have been fine. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying that it would be a shame not to go to 2024.
And
2025.
I thought I did hear something either on Facebook or somewhere that maybe it would be something more like a meetup next year. Not really like
that would be really terrible.
Yeah,
No,
something like
you
that.
can't.
So,
You can,
No.
after this, you can. I mean, you can go a little bit smaller,
Yeah.
like Jay said, but making this like a meetup or something like that,
yeah.
nah.
For one, I was like super happy with the way PowerCon turned out because I've been to many a Comic-Con and I got tired of that whole like fire marshal, you know, like it's too many people here, we got to break it out. You know, the rubbing elbows, and it just I like that open space. I get that they could have probably fit many more booths or vendors in that space. Perhaps that's maybe what Val overlooked was the opportunity for a little bit more expansion as far as the exhibitors was concerned. But I love that feel that I could literally be at a booth and I'm looking for Carlos and I just peek on the edge and I would see him versus at a Comic-Con. You would lose people. Like
I totally get that. You know what I mean? I totally and for you know for video, you know what I mean, like content creation, it was amazing because you know we could just you didn't bump it, people weren't bumping into you. You didn't have to like squeeze in and try your best to get some shots. You could have
lines.
You could have interviews of Brian or anybody, and it was you know they there was a space, there was you know you could use the backdrop. But at the same time, I think that you know I think they got too big too fast. I think that maybe even a few, even if it was just one of the smaller you know halls, like I think the anime hall next door, I think it might have been you know open or something like that. But again, no criticism. I just hope that they don't skip a year. I hope that because they built up, you know, Val's built up something really cool here, and I really want them to continue because you know it would be really cool. I didn't want to take over the chat like that. I was just curious if you guys knew. If you guys
No. That's a valid point, dude. I mean, I'm in shock because you're right. Like I went the year before, and it was half the size. half the size. And one of the things that I noticed this year, talking about the space, right? Like the end corners of the event were like, it was like a huge space against the
Yeah.
walls,
Yep.
like a huge space that you can fit there at least a line of vendor in each side.
Yep.
Extra.
Mhm.
You know? So yeah, and the space, the holes, like between vendors were like, they were huge.
Yeah.
Like compared to, let's say, Legion's Con. In Legion's Con, remember, Jorge, we were like this,
Yeah.
right?
It was tiny.
So-
It was a tiny room.
Yep.
So
Legion's Con is more like a meetup. You know what I mean? That's compared to
correct.
a convention, right?
Correct.
But that's the way they're starting, right? They're starting small, right? And that's what I've never obviously I've never been to the PowerCon when it was in California, but from my understanding, it was really small. It was like
Yeah, Toy Sorcerers, she said that it was like kind of like Legion's Con type.
It was kind of like a growing convention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a toy show, right? But as the years went on, it got bigger and bigger and bigger, and with the support of Mattel, it started getting to where it is now, right? But I'm wondering, again, just talking. I don't know anything. I have no information, but I'm wondering if because of the amount of support that he got from all the companies that came this year, I wonder if Val thought, you know what, this is going to be good. We should get more room. You know what I mean? And maybe they stretched themselves a bit too far, right?
I mean, listen, dude, that convention center, I mean,
It's
it's
huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It is
and
huge.
and I bet it's expensive.
It is. No,
Was that
no
the
doubt.
same? Was that the same location as last year? That same
Yeah.
convention center?
Same location.
Yeah.
Same location, and that's the most expensive area on that city, on that
Yeah.
town.
For sure.
And
Oh, yeah.
and the hotel. Just look at the hotels that are in the convention center.
Yeah.
But you said it yourself, Carlos. Last year wasn't like that. You know what I mean?
No, at all.
It was a room
small.
which was smaller, right? I've done conventions. I've run a few of them: anime conventions, comic conventions, toy convention. Well, not really some toy stuff, but the biggest one I did was at an actual convention center, and the amount of overhead that's required is ridiculous, and if it's a unionized building, it's even worse, right? Because you have to pay somebody to move to move something from one part of the building to the other part of the building. It's actually ridiculous, right? So, I mean, I don't know about the Columbus Center. I have no idea, about its overall footprint and how much they charge per square foot. But I know for a fact that we had to pay for the square footage. We had to pay for the electricity is completely separate. You know what I mean? If you want to drop like for one of the booths, it costs a lot of money, right? So when I arrived there, I was like, God, this is huge. I was shocked, and I was like, because I'd always heard that PowerCon is like a small, a small convention, but a good convention, right? I always heard that it's really intimate, right? And when I got
where
there,
everybody know each other.
yeah, and when I got there, I was like, this is not intimate. This is absolutely massive. Like I was shocked when I got in there.
No, yeah,
You
it
know
was
what I
huge.
Like that was like a small Comic-Con. You know what I mean? Like a third of a Comic-Con. You know what I mean? And I was like, all right, they've really expanded. And that's what I thought when I saw there. And it was a great experience for all of us. You know what I mean? Meeting you guys, meeting so many different toy tubers, and of course talking to all the companies that were there. It was an amazing experience. And it would be a damn shame if they didn't do next year. I wish I could speak to Val because I don't really know him, right? I met him on the way out. Actually, I have an interview. Actually, do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see the interview I did with Val?
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you guys do it? Did you guys do an interview with Val?
No, we didn't.
No.
No.
Okay.
I did. I never saw Val in this convention. I saw him last year, the year before.
Really? Okay. I don't know if you want to really quick take a 5 minutes or so. I can bring up
Your daughter.
Hold on, let me close it.
Because it's really man, it's really weird. It's really weird that this is happening. But I
Yeah,
get it. I
Yeah.
get it. I get it because that convention center is expensive, dude. It's really expensive.
it is really, really expensive. And you know what? Again, I tip my hat to Val. I know how much it costs, and I know what's involved in running a convention that size. That's way bigger than I had. I had a footprint probably half that size, and it cost me a fortune. Right. So it's really crazy. Jorge, I just put up the video. If you want to share it,
All right.
I'll
Yes, sir.
skip to the point. Well, guys, that'll do. So this was me leaving the building, and right as I was leaving, you can see him right there. Right?
Right there, that's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
man.
So check this out. This was a lot of fun. Yeah, check it out. PowerCon has been good to me. I hope it's been good to you. This has been absolutely ridiculous. Oh my gosh! Look, we have some of the organizers right here. How are you, my friend?
How's
oh
it
my
going?
gosh, good to see you. Congratulations, another successful year.
Thank
oh
you.
my
I'm glad
gosh,
you came
it's
out.
crazy.
I saw you doing your videos yesterday. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Absolutely. For those who don't know, please introduce yourself because this is your baby after all.
I'm Val Staples. I'm the event director of PowerCon.
Amazing. We just met him on the way out because we're heading back to Canada. But Vin, congratulations! It's been another wonderful year. You guys have just kept growing and growing and growing.
Yeah, we gotta stop doing that.
Never. How's it been since the move from California over to here?
It was the right choice.
It was the right choice, right? Yeah. I mean, like there are a lot of toy tubers out here who want to support this and want to make this a big deal. And I'm really glad I was able to catch you. This year was amazing. I think a lot of people, and of course, ever since the lockdowns, this has been it's been huge. A lot of people use this as a stress relief. You know what I mean? So this is a wonderful thing for the community, and we really do appreciate everything you guys.
I appreciate you coming out. I appreciate you talking about it. So
Absolutely, guys. Come check out PowerCon. This has been a religious experience for me. I'm not even joking about that because it was at one point and still is the mecca for Master Universe. But now it involves everything, all toys, Barbie, you name it. It's got everything. It's got Power Rangers. It's got all the great stuff, Transformers, anything you want. Val, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You have a great weekend.
Safe travels back.
Of course. Thank you so much,
Take care.
guys. We just met one of the founders of this great convention. Yeah, and
Wow.
he seemed that he was in good spirits. You know what I mean? Everything was running well. So I figure they sat down and they looked at the numbers and probably realized maybe we got too much space. Maybe we got to reset. And it would be a shame if they didn't do it next year. I think that if they hola.
Hola, princesa.
She's up late tonight, eh?
We got another guest. She's waiting up for daddy, so we got another guest on our stream tonight.
So it's really a shame. I mean, I know he kind of like moved to his city because he's from there.
Sure.
He's from there, and it was easier to manage and everything.
And
But
what is that?
to be honest with you, I think
Those are
Oh.
I don't know. It's gonna be a shame if they skip this year.
Yeah.
I don't know, John. When did you hear about it?
I was like earlier this week, I think, and it may have been one in our group chats too that we have with the and somebody had posted that, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. I think maybe Oz and maybe mentioned it too as well, and I was just like, man, that's gonna suck if they actually do that. And then they were talking about, well, maybe it's just a smaller meetup or a smaller sort of like just like meet and greet type deal, and not really a full blown convention like that. And I'm just like, I don't know if that. For me, I mean, having to travel from Texas to Columbus, that's like, well, if you're gonna still have it up there just for that, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know if it's actually worth going just for that.
that's the big problem, right? I'm not sure. I'm not sure you're going to get anybody out there, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not.
The weird thing was like people were saying that Mattel was going next year.
I was hearing that too, but then they were talking. Then in the same kind of post or in the same sort of like release or discussion, it was like, we can do it bigger and better in 2025, but still may not have Mattel there anyways. And it's just like,
I think that Mattel. Well, they were there. Actually, a lot of people don't realize that. I
Oh,
think
they were?
I told Carlos and I told
Yeah, some
Jorge.
people that worked
Um,
for Mattel were there.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
they were there, John. Like a lot of the wrestling guys were there. I saw
Oh,
a
is that
few of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're watching. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They're definitely watching. Whether or not they're going to come back is up in the air because whatever relationship that Val had with them, again, once they decided to do the 40th anniversary, it pretty much everything turned on its head, right? Because
Mhm.
they were pulling everybody's licenses. Super 7 didn't get their license, neither did and their cooperation with Val, that kind of fell through. But again, I would love to have 5 minutes with Val and just talk about strategies for next year because I strongly believe that the people will come out even if it's a smaller event. I think that everyone will support this.
No,
right?
yeah,
I'll
totally.
support it. And I think that with the great experience that you guys had, that I had, I think that me, Geek Dad Life, Toy Habits, all of us toy tubers who were like, this is freaking amazing. We got to meet up there. I think that if we tell all of our audiences that you guys should meet us there, right?
And people who miss it. I was talking to Wade on Parallel Universe, and Wade was telling me like, dude, it's a really shame that I couldn't go like to PowerCon, and for sure next year I want to go. So I think if we work together, maybe, I don't know, and talk to Val and tell him, listen, we can help you out with this. Because one of the things I noticed, and this is reality, is the lines for this PowerCon were less than the lines the year before.
It's a fashion show.
So I don't know if it's because they have a better organization.
It's so good. Look.
To put people in or so, but from my point of view, it was less people. I don't know if it was because it was a bigger space.
Yeah, I think it was. I think Carlos, you're not wrong. I think that the lines definitely seemed smaller, but I think it's because there was just so much space. I think that's actually the thing.
Yeah.
And can I ask you something, Carlos? Last year, were there any volunteers? Because I saw almost no volunteers this year, at least not visibly. All I saw was the security that they hired to watch the doors. You know what I mean? I saw very few volunteers this year. I don't know.
Last year was pretty similar. The thing was like it was more controlled because it was smaller.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like when you grow that fast, you're gonna have some issues. My concern pretty much is like, okay, so if they like how much money they made. I don't know if they lost money because of how high was the rent of the place, and that will be a really big problem, Like, so I don't know how the vendors, maybe because the vendors, that's another thing. Like if you have vendors.
Between all of us, just between the four of us, I don't think that they lost money just by what they were charging for the tables. How much
were charging?
Well, I can't see them not charging at least $200-$300 for a table. I mean, like that's what we charge here in Canada. So I would imagine it was at least that, right? And the corporations who went there, I was surprised that there was no presenting sponsor. I didn't see, like, the book doesn't actually say anything about a presenting sponsor.
You have the book?
Yeah, I do actually. I have two of them. Here, give me 1 second.
Go ahead, because I want to see the sponsors.
500 for corners.
Oh, wow.
300 for the middle line.
Daddy, can you talk me? Daddy, can you talk me?
Yeah, Mr. Wonderful is saying 300 for the middle line, 500 for corners.
Wow,
that's actually cheap.
Yeah,
that's actually really cheap. Here in Canada, a corner is $1,500.
You have the map.
Okay, so I have the thing.
How many vendors were there? How many spaces?
No, there were a lot of vendors. I'd have to count them, but though they don't exactly give you a number. But I'm gonna check if there was a presenting sponsor. Yeah, see, there was no presenting sponsor here. There was special thanks.
That's one of the main things, Luke. You need to have sponsors.
Yeah,
Mr. Wonderful, he snagged.
and
Oh,
I'm pretty
he was
sure.
in a
You know what?
theater.
That surprises me too, because I would think one of the Super 7 would have been a sponsor. Like I was thinking that they should have been a presenting sponsor. You know, they had
Mr.
a pretty
Wonderful
decent
said
booth.
he paid $500 and it was last minute in a corner.
Yeah, they also gave, holy crap, 1,000, 2,000, 2,600, 4,000. Wow, they gave $3,000 away in cosplay prizes. I didn't even realize that.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of money. Look at that, $3,000, $3,000, and that's not. And the honorable mention, okay, 3,200, but that's a lot of money, right?
That's a lot of money, dude.
That is
to
a
be
lot
honest
of
with
money.
you. And the problem is, like, I don't know how much was this. Like you said, how much was the big question here? Let's see.
So that's the whole
Yeah.
exhibit hall, right?
Well, that's a lot
Yeah,
of people.
and again, I don't think that they would have lost money at $500 a pop. You know, you're looking at
How many lines?
yeah, that's the thing, and then you like, I'm not even gonna count corners right now. I'm just gonna say 3. Okay, so 1, 2, so 9, 3, 6. No. So there are 6. So per island there are 6, right? You can see that right here.
Okay.
There's 6 of them, right? So somebody wants to bring up a calculator. 1, 2.
John, you have a calculator there?
I can see.
Okay, well, it was divided really weird. Yeah.
Mr. Wonderful says with booths,
Okay.
the companies with booths, there was 175 total company booths.
Okay,
Oh,
so there you go.
175
So
per.
don't even do the corners. Just do 300 times 175. Just
Okay,
a ballpark.
let's say.
Just ballpark, right?
How much we're talking about?
300 times 175.
Yeah.
Yeah.
52,500.
How much?
52,500.
Okay, that's barely enough.
Wow.
For
dude,
this
that's-
size of venue for sure. But then they have the presenting the bigger booths, and these are like $2,000, like at least for companies like these.
Mhm.
You're looking at $2,000. You're looking at $2,000 easy.
So how many we
Savage
have?
Crucible booth.
Yeah, the corporate booths, I'm pretty sure, are 2,000 to 5,000 each.
And how
right?
many are there?
1, 2. Okay, I'll talk about the bigger booth. 1, 2,
Just the big ones, yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Let's say 10 corporate booths at like 1,500 each. What's that?
Let's say like almost 20,000, dude.
Hold on, let's say. So what did I say? 1,500 times 10, right? Yeah, that's 15,000.
15,000.
So 15,000 plus 2. Yeah, just by rent alone, they probably would have broken even, right? Like that's and then the attendance would have been what they have for next year.
Yes.
So I can't. They didn't lose, but they didn't they wouldn't have lost, but
there were
they didn't get ahead. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's like next year's rent, it's halfway there or whatever, right?
They're pretty even.
So, yeah, and then you got to talk about the guests that they flew in. You know what I mean? Like who, like there's a lot of things that happen. Because, Eamon O'Donoghue, a lot of those designers that they had, right? There's a lot of expenses that would have gone into this. Again,
The
I'm just talking about everything that I know from just my
The
class.
staff, and dude, those hotels, they are expensive.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just ridiculous. But I still think that they should do something next year. And there's no here's the one thing that I will say. Oh, hey, Tara, Mr. Wonderful's here. What's going on, guys? We're down to the last, I think, 10 hours for Hexastack. Travis is in the chat. Now it's not going to.
Daddy, is that for me?
It's not. We're not gonna take it over the edge for Hexastack. Jorge, if you wouldn't mind, just share this really quick.
Yeah.
I want to do a favor. Yeah. So guys, please check out Hexastack for the information.
Okay.
Because Travis is going ahead with this regardless of if it makes his funding or not. But definitely give Hexastack a follow, guys, and learn about all of the different options that you can get. Because the stacking system is awesome. Did you guys meet? I know John met.
Yep.
He was there and PowerCon.
Yeah. Great guy, and you know what? He's got a lot of different options for displays. So yeah, guys, definitely check out Hexastack. You guys won't regret it. Good to see you, Travis. Yeah, exactly. We're coming regardless. Thank you so much. Of course, Travis. Good to see you.
That's awesome. We can always benefit from display bases for
100%.
For sure.
Totally.
Yeah, no. Val, if you're listening, please come back. Like, let's just do it. Like, we'll all come together. The community is gonna figure it out. This was an amazing year. It would be a shame not to do in 2024.
Oh yeah, we need to have PowerCon, dude.
I would definitely love to. I would definitely love to go again.
So
Are you going to Legion's Con?
That's in November, right?
Yes.
yeah,
Where is it? New Jersey?
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Where are they holding it? Like, is there a hotel? Like, how are they doing it this year? Because last year,
The Holiday Inn, right?
I'm not sure. Let me see.
I think it's the same hotel.
No, I think they moved venues.
Oh yeah.
They moved venues
Hexastack is
because
going to be there. So
they went to a bigger place.
But get ready because New Jersey Airport is the worst.
It's
Oh,
going to be at the Hanover Marriott in Whippany, New Jersey.
It's the same scene.
it's probably I'll drive. Like, as long as it doesn't snow, I'll drive.
Oh yeah, you can drive.
Hanover Marriott.
Yeah, I'm in Toronto, so it's New
oh,
Jersey.
they
Yeah, it's not.
What about you, John?
probably not. I probably won't be able to make that one. I think
You
I'll
know,
be
I'm thinking New York.
New York.
Yes.
New York Comic Con.
If you thought the hotels in Columbus were expensive, try finding one in New York.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, dude, because I was supposed to tell Jorge, but now I'm telling you. and let's see, because my wife is we are like Marriott members, so we can have like good deals in hotels. So I want to see how will work, and if we can get like a big group, it will be cheaper. That's what I'm saying, because New York.
The other option, and I don't care, but if everyone wanted to pitch in for a freaking Airbnb house,
Oh, well,
you know what I mean? Like,
that works. That works
be
too.
crazy, right?
That works too.
I mean, like, it's house apart, freaking whatever their apartment or what the hell are they called again? Condo, whatever, right? I mean, like, I could I don't care. I'll take a couch. You know what I mean? Like that's fine. I just need a place.
Yeah, we should. We should like talk about it, because I think New York will be great.
When is the New York Toy Fair? Like, 'cause I've been.
Well, New York Toy Fair was always held in February, but something happened after COVID, where the last time I spoke to Brian, he said Toy Fair is actually happening. I believe it's like in November now.
Really?
Yeah,
November.
yeah. It's really weird. It's either November or October, right around the same time as New York Comic Con.
Wow,
That is so
that's
weird.
crazy.
They
Why would
changed it because they used to be a fall toy fair, which was not like
I remember
the
that.
regular toy fair, where it was just it was very small, more like a meetup kind of thing. But the actual toy fair, New York Toy Fair, it's this year it wasn't held, and I don't know if they're going to shift back to the February show next year. But that's what Brian had told me, that they were doing toy fair in the winter.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird.
I mean, I prefer Toy Fair than New York Comic Con.
Well, it's going to be a lot more. It's going to be a lot quieter. It's all industry, right? So there's not.
Yeah,
You're not going to have a whole bunch of fans.
and we need to get like press pass and stuff like that.
That's the only
Because
way.
it's
Yeah.
Toy Fair. If I understand really good, Toy Fair is not for like everybody.
Not
can
for
go.
everybody. Not
Right.
everybody can get in there. No,
It's just like press.
Yeah,
it's
most people have.
press.
Yeah.
And you have to go through a process
Yeah.
to get approved and stuff.
Which is like accreditation is not hard. You just gotta show them what you do and you know how many in a lot of ways it's just how like what your reach is, how many
Yeah.
followers you have, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we should try to go. I mean,
That is correct.
You know, I'm gonna rewatch Pixel Dan's coverage because I'm just wondering if there's actually anything other than exclusive, you know, reveals and stuff like that. It's one of those things you know, because you know at Comic Cons and things like that you can meet people, you know, you can meet like if we all go together then it makes sense. You know what I mean? If all of us tubers are doing it anyway, then it makes sense. We're all going to hang out anyway, right? But if it's just a bunch of you know corporate, you know, like reveals, they kind of get boring. You know what I mean? It
yeah,
really depends.
needs to be something. I mean, in that manner, I think New York Comic Con is more interesting.
It is
in that manner.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how crowded it's gonna be.
I've been to 2 New York Comic Cons and it's pretty crowded. It's like it's not
kinda
like
like-
San Diego.
It's not like San Diego,
Not in the sense it's not as huge.
Yeah.
Inside,
but it's probably just as crowded.
it's pretty crowded, but it's not like San Diego crowds.
Yeah.
I feel like San Diego got to a point where you just couldn't fit any more people in the building. The last time I went to New York Comic Con, it wasn't like that. It felt a little bit more like PowerCon actually. There was a lot more space in between booths and stuff like that. It
Well, that's
wasn't
not bad. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't like elbow to elbow type.
Yeah. I think that if we're going to get press passes, though, we got to start looking into getting them now because there's a deadline. I think there's a deadline before for press passes.
So we should plan something and see if we can get together and get a place.
Yeah, I think
Like-
press might be done by now because it's literally in a few weeks.
Oh yeah, it's in
In
November,
October.
right?
November.
It's
Yeah,
November now?
November.
Oh, because it used to be in
November.
October. It used to be in October. Did they
No,
push
I
it a
think-
month
I
back?
think New York Comic Con is November.
No, it's October. It's October
October?
12th. Yeah, it's October 12th to.
Yeah, it's
to
like
the
right
15th.
around the corner.
Yeah, it's literally right around the corner.
Yep.
It's like a couple weeks away.
Yep.
I mean, guys, if you want to do it, I mean, I'm down. Let's see if we can get there.
Trying to see.
No, they're still taking applications for press. I'm
Oh,
surprised.
they are? Okay.
Yeah, here I'll put it in the private chat.
Okay.
There you go, guys. Yeah. Who qualifies? Press administrators and journalists, marketing, making editorials, blah, 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 blah. Producers, photographers, videographers who are attending the right specifically. Press ticket, it's fine, whatever. Access guidelines apply now. That's fine, whatever. Yeah, they even have content creator applications.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's perfect.
yeah.
Oh, we could give it a shot. That'd
Yeah.
be cool. I haven't been to New York in a minute. I like New York, but
I like the when you go into content creator who qualifies, it says content creators of, you know, with a combined following with 250,000 followers or more across Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. If your follower count is less than 250,000, but your content is cool as hell and hits the geeky mark, you can still apply.
You should still apply regardless.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
That
I mean,
doesn't matter,
you-
right? But if you don't feel it, but you know what? It doesn't stop you from applying to press, because again, like press is a completely different thing.
yeah.
But yeah, with press you just have to give your outlets and stuff. I'm looking at it right now. It's very similar to how I apply to press for Fan Expo. They might even have the same. Representative. So it's probably faster and easier to apply as a press.
Mhm.
Mainly because again, the reach is a lot easier. Like oftentimes. But again, worst case they say no, right? And then you just have
Yeah.
to buy a ticket. I mean, that's the way that runs. I don't know. It's for me. It's too short notice though. Like I thought it was November. So yeah, you got guys.
I mean, I'm in 2 weeks. I'm gonna be in Panama in a wedding, and I'm gonna stay there for a week. So it's gonna be like really close window to go. I was thinking it was November.
No,
me too.
it's Legion's Con is November.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Legion's Con then.
This Riff fan says, "Did you talk about Giant Man yet?" So we were talking about it when Jay joined us, and my take on it is that I'm not interested at all. I think it's a missed opportunity. We should have done. Hasbro should have done a new Fing Fang Foom.
Yeah,
with
I'm in the
Bells and
same
Whistles a la Galactus kind of thing, or maybe even give us a vehicle, like a Quinjet or Fantastic Car. I just feel like the whole mega figure arena is kind of done after Galactus, Fing Fang Foom. I don't think Giant Man is that big of a character to justify a HasLab, because who's gonna fork out $350 for a Giant Man? It's just
there's the thing, right? I think that a lot of people are I think that the way I look at it, I think that I think Hasbro just wants to get back in the W column. They were a little embarrassed with what happened with the Engine of Vengeance. I think that they and now coming off of a win with the Ghost. I mean, like I did a countdown for the Ghost. Holy crap! Like we're talking like
crazy, right?
8,000 backers in 2 days.
Wow.
8,000 backers in 2 days to get the whole thing funded and over. It almost got to 22K.
Yeah,
And the fully funded was 17K, right, with all the stretch goals, right? I can't believe in the last 4 hours it went ape crap. It would literally went ape shit. It was
Star Wars. Star Wars is a huge community. I'm really not surprised how far it got. I didn't back one myself because I'm just I got my Cat Slayer. That's my one backing this year. That's it. I can't back anything else.
It can't be anything else.
I did mention, however, that if Hasbro would have done something from Return of the Jedi, I would have probably bent backwards to try to fund that. But a Ghost, even though I like Rebels a lot and I'm a big fan of what's happening with Ahsoka, it's just like I'm not doing TVC right now. I'm not collecting all these 3 3/4 figures in gigantic vehicles.
Daddy, I got a surprise for you.
Okay.
Your daughter wants Giant Man.
My daughter wants giant playtime, is what she wants.
Yeah.
But she don't realize it's
What about you,
Daddy,
Jay?
Daddy.
You like
I'll
Giant
give
Man?
you a candy. Daddy, a candy.
Jay?
You know what? When you look at Galactus and you look at the Sentinel, those are characters you're looking at and you're like, these things are once in a lifetime, because nobody makes giant characters like that. We already have a Giant Man. You know what I mean? Like it's been you can still go to a convention, you can still find him. He's expensive, granted, right? I think what's he going for right now? $200, like $200-$300.
Or you can go up with the one from Marvel Universe.
Yeah, you can. There's so many, right? And I think probably Diamond Select has probably done something too. Like there's so many options out there, right? And my big problem with Giant Man, if I really had one, is they're gonna do the classic. They're gonna do the classic Giant Man. You have to, right? Because nobody's gonna no. They literally just released a giant girl. I guess is that what that is from the movie? I think that like she was a Build-A-Figure, wasn't she?
Oh, that's
Yeah, you're right.
that's Scott Lang's daughter.
Yeah, Scott Lang's daughter, like that, right? And Scott Lang already had a Giant Man too, right? You know what I mean? And they were pretty damn big. So you got to do, a traditional Giant Man. The problem with the traditional Giant Man, the it's gonna get all the classic, like me, like you, the old guys who recognize that. None of these young kids know who the hell Giant Man is. You know what I mean?
No, not only that, but you gotta have. It's gotta have the gravitas of a HasLab, right?
Yeah.
So you can't have a guy in PJs that's 32 inches tall with tons of articulation. That's not gonna justify a HasLab.
He's got to be
Now,
modernized somehow.
they're gonna have to do like 10 versions of Hank Pym, like miniature ant-size Hank Pym, a Hank Pym riding an ant. Like they're gonna have to do all these extras to make that justifiable for a
Yeah, but those are gonna be the stretch goals, right? And I heard a rumor. I heard a rumor that the price was leaked, right? So Jorge, you're saying $300-$400, right? No, this Giant Man apparently is going to be if what they're saying is right about this leak, they're looking at $199. I was like, what the hell? $199 for that's pretty freaking good, right? So they're hedging their bets. If that number is true, if they're doing $199 for a Giant Man and he's god awful tall, I don't think he's going to be as tall as Galactus, and I don't think he's going to be as tall as a Sentinel. I don't think he's going to be anywhere near those heights. He's going to be somewhere maybe a few inches lower, right? But at $199, I can see a lot of Marvel fans going for him. But is he gonna like what are the stretch goals? How do you even market this? Is there an anniversary for Avengers right now? Because like Engine Avengers went with the anniversary of Ghost Rider. We can talk about that all day long, but is there like I actually believe what Jorge said. It should have been a Quinjet. In my opinion, it should have been a freaking Quinjet, man. Like it should have been, or if you want to go the X-Men route, it should have been the Blackbird. You know what I mean? It should have been something that gets people excited. I don't know why they went with and because they did that tease, it's pretty much guaranteed it's going to be Giant Man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
I was expecting Fin Fang Foom, but I mean Giant Man, dude.
I don't know. It's just not
like. I mean, I'm sorry for the fans. I mean, I know he has like a bunch of fans, but how many fans?
It's not.
I think there are a lot. I think Hank Pym. If it is Hank Pym, right? Well, we don't know yet, right? We don't know which Giant Man. We don't know which Giant Man it is yet. But I think if it's Hank Pym, and it's probably gonna be Hank Pym because they just released a Hank Pym, right? They just released one with that what was it? That 4-pack? That
imagine they do Goliath.
West Coast
Hank Pym.
It was West Coast Avengers, right? The 4-pack or something, 5-pack or something like that.
Oh yeah, West Coast.
Yeah. So now we have a Hank Pym. So they're gonna gang him up, right? They're gonna figure something out. But I don't know, man. I'm hoping that maybe they bait and switch us. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe they're just throwing everybody for a loop. You never know. Maybe it is a Quinjet.
I mean, that's what I was thinking of too, because he doesn't. In the photo, it looks like the Avengers themselves are like freaked out.
Yeah,
Not just
notice that.
So that just kind of threw me off. Like, why would the Avengers be scared of Giant Man? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe a different character that is enemy. Maybe Goliath. Remember Goliath was at one point
he became a zombie too in Marvel Zombies, but
who?
He was a zombie too in Marvel Zombies in the comics.
Well, that's now that you talk about that, you can make. I mean, stretch goal. Maybe you can make a Giant Man and give him like different options,
zombie parts and stuff. Yeah, who knows? But well, my daughter's obviously like not giving up. She's trying to cut this thing down. What I can do is give you guys an option. One, I can leave you guys talking. You could end this whenever you want. Or two, we could wrap it up now. What do you guys want to do?
Let's how about we answer a few questions and then
yeah, we can answer some questions.
Yeah, there's some questions here really quickly and we can probably wrap it up after that.
Okay. So let's see. I see mostly was Mr. Wonderful. He was just talking about the show and the booth prices and stuff. Desref fan wanted ask about Giant Man. We talked about that. Desrift fan says, I don't want a Sentinel size Giant Man for over $300.
Nobody.
Nobody does. Who's going to come to Legion's Con and chill with me? Mr. Wonderful says. So hopefully all of us, but with such a short time in between, I don't know if it's going to be doable. I know at first Carlos was not going to do any cons this year, and then he decided to join me at PowerCon at the last minute.
And now I want to go to New York Comic Con.
Now he wants to go to New York Comic Con and Legion's Con. I mean, I would love to go to all the cons if I could. It's just the way finances are right now, man. It's tough.
Yep.
It's really tough. I've been cutting down on toys. I don't know about you guys, but I've been cutting down on toys like crazy.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm not. Like a lot of major problems going on. Like lots of things. I'm doing still doing a lot of hunting, but it's mostly catch and release. I just can't. Yeah. I can't afford to buy things anymore. It's just not. It's not on the cards. It's
like that whole like, oh, this is out, I gotta have it right now. That's kind of done with me.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. Now I'm really picking and choosing. I got stuff coming from Big Bad because I'm an affiliate with them, so I let my credits stack up, and I got a couple of stuff coming in next week, my pile of loot. But that's basically what I've been doing. Just either I find something on clearance, or stuff that I've been paying off, like my Mondo stuff. But I haven't really been buying stuff like, oh, this is out, I gotta get it. I just can't do that right now. It's not
talking about Mondo, dude. Like, I saw Motu that getting a Panther.
Yeah, I think everyone
saw that.
Yeah, because Motu Dad is kind of like the Val Staples of the PowerCon in Germany.
Yeah.
So because Mondo couldn't physically be there, they sent him an advanced sample to review. It's not out or anything like that.
Yeah. He probably was going to. They probably would. I think they had it on display at that Motu convention that was over there. So
so it's pretty much the same one they had in Power.
The PowerCon.
Yeah.
Sure that's
that freaked me out because I was like, don't tell me this thing is coming now.
No. I hope they don't drop that.
November.
Yeah, that sounds. Yeah, I think
they're dropping both. It's fucking ridiculous. They're dropping both. They're dropping both the regular and the flock.
Oh, the flock. Yeah.
The flock is limited edition. I think it's like.
I'm fine with the flock. Yeah.
No, I think it's gonna be 500. That's what they told me. I think 500
for the regular one.
It's going to be the same
for the
as for the flock.
For the flock.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's actually not bad. Yeah.
Flock is going to be.
You know who's getting a Panther pretty soon, Carlos?
Claudio.
No.
Really?
So that another thing that I wanted to mention before I go, and I just pulled that up just to look at the numbers. Because I know, even though we know it's being made and everything, it's good to keep track of it. Cat Slayer. So I was watching a recent interview with Veebs from the Foosh and the Fooshcast, and Brian mentioned that he thinks we're gonna hit the Tigra Lab tier. So
really,
and we're pretty close. We're at 33.
I guarantee the Tiger Lab tier is in the bag. I guarantee that. Just looking at the way you have to look at the way these freaking crowdsource works. 1 week before the end of the campaign, which about 5 days. It'll literally 5 days. It's 11 days away, right?
Yeah.
In 5 days. In 5 days, the Tiger Lab will be funded. I guarantee it. I guarantee in 5 days the Tiger Lab will be funded, and then it's a race. It'll literally be a race to try and get the astral projection. I can guarantee that.
Yeah. Hey guys, so it's sorry, I'm gonna have to go. My wife took some nighttime meds and she's kind of sick. So if you guys want to keep talking, that's cool. I could just end the stream when you guys are done, or do you want to wrap?
I think we're good, Jorge. But it's been a great. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, for sure, man.
John, good to see you, brother.
Yep.
It's always good. Carlos, always good
Take
to see
care,
you,
dude.
brother. And Jorge,
And everybody else that
for-
that joined us tonight. Thanks
Yep,
for joining
thanks,
us.
everyone.
Sorry for the impromptu appearance of my daughter, but
that was the best part. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
daddy life.
That was the
All right,
best.
guys. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Take
Night.
care.